It took 60 seconds, 1 minute, for ChatGPT to become the fastest-growing consumer application in modern history. Not Facebook, not Instagram, not TikTok. A chatbot. And in that single minute, the internet as we knew it began to change. This is the story of how a San Francisco startup quietly rewired the way America thinks, searches, and lives online, and why the search engines that built the digital world are now fighting for relevance. Welcome to Future Files USA. The year is 2015. A group of Silicon Valley researchers and tech leaders come together with a shared fear, not of market crashes, not of recessions, but of artificial intelligence. They believe AI could either transform humanity for the better or concentrate power in dangerous ways, and they don't trust big tech alone to guide that future. So they create a research lab called openai, with a mission to ensure advanced AI benefits all of humanity.
For years, OpenAI works quietly in the background, publishing research, building early language models with names like GPT-2 and GPT-3, and refining the idea that machines could learn patterns from massive amounts of human language. Most people outside the tech world barely notice. Then, in late 2022, everything changes. On November 30th, OpenAI releases ChatGPT to the public. A simple interface. A blank chat box, a blinking cursor. You type, it answers. No ads, no blue links, no endless clicking, just conversation. Within 5 days, 1 million users. Within 2 months, over 100 million. One of the fastest adoption curves in consumer technology history. But why did America fall in love with a chatbot that sometimes gets things wrong? The answer isn't just in the technology, it's in human behavior. For years, using search engines meant work. You typed a question, opened multiple links, scrolled through ads and SEO-heavy pages, and hunted for a clear answer. Information was everywhere, but clarity was rare. ChatGPT offered something different. You could speak naturally. You could be unclear, emotional, or unsure. You could say, I need help writing an email to my boss, or I don't understand this concept, explain it to me like I'm 5. And instead of sending you to 10 websites, it responded directly, in context, in your voice. It turned the internet from a library into a conversation. And in a digital world built to capture attention rather than relieve mental load, that felt like relief. The growth of ChatGPT wasn't driven by advertising. It spread because it was useful. Students used it to study late at night, workers used it to draft emails and summarize documents, creators used it to brainstorm ideas, people shared prompts and workflows with friends and coworkers. The product marketed itself by saving time. Meanwhile, traditional search engines began to feel slow, not because they failed technically, but because their business model depended on friction. Advertising, sponsored results, and content optimized to rank rather than to help made simple questions harder to answer quickly. Over time, search results became crowded with noise. ChatGPT removed that noise and offered a direct response. But this shift came with trade-offs. ChatGPT doesn't understand facts. It predicts language. That means it can sound confident while being wrong. It can invent sources, misstate details, and present guesses as certainty. Unlike traditional search, which links to sources, chat-based answers often arrive without clear citations. This creates a new responsibility for users to verify what they are told. The risk isn't just technical error, it's over-trust. When answers feel personal and immediate, people are less likely to question them. As ChatGPT gained attention, search companies moved quickly. Google declared internal emergencies and accelerated its own AI features. Microsoft integrated AI into Bing. The tools began to converge. Chatbots started adding sources and live data. The future of search is no longer links versus chat. It is a hybrid, a system where users ask questions and receive direct answers, with sources available when deeper verification is needed. This changes how Americans interact with knowledge. The most valuable skill is no longer memorizing information or even finding it. It is asking better questions, evaluating responses, and knowing when to trust and when to verify. The tools we use shape how we think. Instant answers can reduce patience. Summaries can reduce context. Convenience can replace curiosity. The responsibility does not sit only with companies building these systems, it sits with users learning how to use them wisely. We are watching the internet shift from navigation to conversation, from browsing to dialogue. This is not a small interface change, it is a fundamental change in how humans relate to information. ChatGPT did not just challenge search engines, it challenged our habits. The story is still being written. Every prompt, every correction, every use case teaches these systems what we value. The future of the internet will not be decided by technology alone, but by how people choose to interact with it. If this story matters to you, follow Future Files USA, because the future of technology is not coming someday, it is unfolding right now, in the questions we ask and the answers we choose to trust.